Hi guys, welcome back to the channel here at Totally Magic. If you haven't been here before or you haven't yet hit that little subscribe button, we really do appreciate your support by hitting that button and also the little bell next to it so you're reminded when a new video is uploaded. Now today's trick is very straightforward and simple. So as you can see, I'm not very good at shuffling, so give the cards to a spectator and ask them to shuffle them. And while they're shuffling the cards freely, you talk about the idea of transition from one place to another. Not a transition known as a morph. A morph is where an object changes into another object. Now a transition is where an object moves from one place to another, often invisibly. You're happy with those? Can you deal off 8 playing cards? That's all we need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The rest of the cards we'll get rid of. Now, with the cards here, I want you now to pick any card you like. Choose any card. Now, this is an absolute free choice. They do get to choose any card they wish. I'll show the camera. Remember that card. That's your chosen card. Now what I'm going to do is get you to put that back into the packet, and it goes anywhere into the packet. But do remember the card that you chose. You see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you, can you hold the palm of your hand out like this? Because I'm going to show you 4 cards and I'm going to put them on your hand. Now just look for your card, but do not, and I repeat, do not indicate in any way when you see your card among these 8 cards. Okay, so we have 1 card, 2 cards, 3 cards and 4 cards there. I'm going to put those on your hand. Can you put your other hand over the top? Now your friend here, if you can help us as well, keep looking at the cards. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3 and there's 4 cards. If you'd like to hold your hand out, and I'll put these on there and put your hand over the top. So you're both protecting the 4 cards. Now at this point, I've got no idea what your card is that you're thinking of, or whether or not it's here or here. Do not tell me the value, the colour, the suit, or anything about your card. Just tell me, is the card among the cards here or here? It's among the cards in your hand, not over here. Okay. Now if you just lift up your hand. Now what we got here is 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. You've already given me a clue that one of those is your card. Put your other hand on top and isolate those. Now your friend, lift your hand up. You do have the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4 cards here, which we know does not contain your friend's card. Put your hand back over that. I can't get to your 4 cards or your 4 cards because you're protecting them. You say your card is among there. I want you to watch as I do this around your hands. Do you feel anything? You don't. You're not feeling too well today. I do this over yours. Do you feel anything? No. I want you to take the cards you're holding, and can you count them out aloud face down onto the table? 1, 2, 3. 3. Hold your hands out. Are you holding out on us? Only 3 cards. Now I've got no idea what your card is. Is that your card? That one? That one. It's neither of those 3 cards. It's none of those 3 cards. Can you lift your hand up and count aloud onto the table the cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cards. You've got an extra card. Now if we take a look at these, you can see out of all of these, we got those 2, this one, this one. What was your card? The 4 of clubs? The 4 of clubs. And that is a great transition from here to here. Examine everything. Now the trick you've just seen is a nice impromptu trick, but it does require a couple of sleights. One of them being the Hammon Count and the other one being the Elmsley Count. I will put 2 links below this video if you don't know how to do those moves, but I'm sure most of you will be familiar with them, and you can learn those moves. Plus the fact there's loads of videos on YouTube by other magicians that show you those moves. Let me just show you the trick. It is quite simple. The pack is normal, they shuffle them, they deal off 8 cards, they take a card. Okay, let's say they took the Queen of Spades. Now all that I do is once they've looked at that, I shuffle off 3 cards and ask them to put it back in there. So it goes back there. You can then shuffle the remaining cards, then you do another 2 shuffles, but in this way. And I think we've done this on the channel before. 1, 2, 3, drop the rest of the pack on top. 1, 2, 3, drop the rest of the pack on top. What does that do? Well, it now positions their chosen card second from the top. So I know that the second card is their card. Now we perform the Hammon Count. Now this is done as such, holding your hand like this. I'm not going to go in depth here because, as I said, you can watch the link to the video tutorial, but you're going to apparently count 4 cards into your left hand. You slide off the top card. Note that when I come back to slide the next card off, this card goes fully underneath the pack. I slide off their card. Now I know this is their card. I hold a break. Now let me just exaggerate that so the camera can pick that up. And then as I come back, I'm going to put their card to the bottom like that. So as I come back, I grip their card as I slide off the next one, which is 3, but I've actually only got 2 here. 3 and then 4. There's only 3 cards here. The Queen is here. Okay. I turn these over and I ask the spectator to put the palm of their hand out. I like doing this because it kind of gets them involved again. Put them on their hand, and before you let go, ask them to put their other hand on top. That way they can't fiddle around with the cards. They're now holding those 3 cards, but they believe them to be 4. They've also spotted their card because you do ask them to look for their card as you're dealing. You then do exactly the same here, but remember you've got 5 cards here, but you count them as 4. So in the same manner, I do 1, 2, 3, but this is a regular count. I'm now holding 2 cards as 1. There's their card there, and I count 4 as I put that on there. Turn these over and put them down on their hand, and they case those. The trick's done. The rest of it is all performance. You could end it there and do some magical pass and it's happened, but I actually like to do this, and you might want to leave this out, but I think it enhances the trick a little bit more. I say, okay, which packet contains your card? Now he's obviously going to say it's in here, and he's convinced of that. He saw it go there. He knows that at this point he doesn't think I know what his card is. So he lifts up his hand, I grab the cards, and I'm going to do a kind of Elmsley count, but with 3 cards. Watch. As I take the first card, I come back, and as I push another card off, I put this back. I just clip it under my fingers like that. Count 2, 3, 4. Okay, if you've got another way of counting 3 cards as 4, then just use that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Not a big deal is happening here because the spectator already knows he's got 4 cards. He saw you put them in there. You're just confirming it by counting again, but I think it enhances it a little bit. They're convinced they got 4 cards. You put them back in their hand, they hold on to them. You do the same over here. Otherwise it'll look strange that you counted these but not these. So I pick up these from their hand and I just do a normal Elmsley count. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've counted 4 cards there. Okay, this is the situation. Their card is at the bottom. Put them back in the hand. Now it's all performance, and then finally you ask them to count these down, and I do like them to count them because when they count, it's funny when they get to this point, they almost think, hang on, what's happened? 1 card's gone. You turn them over to say your card isn't there, which in itself 2 hits have just happened. 1, he's only got 3 cards when he was convinced he held 4. Secondly, his card's not there and he hasn't even told me what his card is yet. You come over to the other spectator and get them to count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 5. This is their card on top. I then just spread these and I kind of just mess them up and just say, look, there's 2 cards here, 2 cards here. What was your card? The Queen. Bam, there. It's simple and direct. I hope you enjoyed that transition card effect. Practice and enjoy.